Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. What is up? Today we're going to talk about one of my favorite things, and that is productivity. Now, I need to say something. I am not naturally like a productive person. Like, I did not come out of the womb completely organized and productive. It's actually something I have to work pretty hard to do and be, but I think that makes it better. I think it makes it better that I've had to like work hard and I've had to like figure out things that work for my brain to be productive, in that I share tips to you, because if that's you, I got you. Oh, sorry. Also, if you want to join the daily shenanigans over on my Instagram stories, make sure to follow me over there. Okay. Productivity is such like a buzzword right now, and everybody's like, yeah, how to be more productive, how to do the things, how to whatever. But I want to start off by telling you that to really be your most productive, and the way that I have really learned how to be my most productive, the first thing you need to do is to decide and define what productive means to you. Everybody's version of productivity is going to look different. Do you literally want to pack as much work as possible into a time frame, and that's productivity? Or maybe productivity to you means getting as much done as possible in a shorter time frame so that you're able to, do things that you enjoy. Like, productivity is going to look different to everybody. And rest is actually a really great part of productivity. I used to, and I still do, I struggle with feeling like when I'm resting, when I'm doing something that's not working, particularly during my work day, like when my kids are at school, right? I struggle with the fact that I should be doing more, that I should be being more productive. But by resting or taking a day slower than normal, like Wednesdays are slow days for me. My team knows it. I know it, and things don't really move super fast around here. And I've always kind of had a slow day, but it became Wednesday when my kids went back to school after COVID, and it was only 4 days a week because they took a break in the middle to clean the school. And so Wednesdays they were home with me, and so Wednesdays kind of just became this like slow day for me. And even though they've been in school all year this year, every day, I still take Wednesdays as a super slow day. And that's productive to me because it keeps me from being burnt out. It keeps me from feeling like I'm not taking care of myself or whatever the scenario is. So figure out what being productive means to you. For me, I really only think about productivity on like this scale in a way where it pertains to like my work day. And for me, a productive day is being able to get a workout in, check off all the things on my to-do list I had for the day, and be done working by the time my kids get home. That's productive. Things that don't feel productive to me are taking phone calls, being on Zoom calls, or doing things that I shouldn't be doing to begin with. So taking on tasks that I should really be handing off to my team or whatever the scenario is. So being productive is different for everybody. So define what that means for you, and then we can move forward. This will always be my first tip when it comes to productivity. Always, okay? This thing I'm about to say will always be my first tip when it comes to productivity. And that is, find a system to help you manage the things. There are a bajillion systems out there to help you do project management, to help you manage your content creation, to help you manage your business, to help you manage whatever, okay? There's a bajillion things out there to help you do it. Get one. I love ClickUp. Y'all know that. And actually, this video is sponsored by ClickUp. So let's talk about ClickUp for just a minute in reference to what we're talking about here. I've been using ClickUp for several years now, and it is literally my favorite project management tool I've ever used. I organize my entire business inside of ClickUp, and I organize my productivity systems in there too. So one of the ways that I use ClickUp to be more productive is that I have this weekly view list where we have things organized like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And this is kind of a dumping ground for my team and myself for us to dump things that really don't fit other places but need to be done throughout the week. So every single week we clear out the things that are in here Monday through Friday, and then we start over in the next week. And for me, I've showed y'all this before, but every single week I will create my to-do list in a card in this weekly view. And then I will just put in all of the tasks that I need to get done that week and give them a status of whatever day of the week they need to happen. And I do that based on the time I have available each day of the week. So a few videos ago, I did a video all about how I organize my week to get more done. I will make sure it is linked above too and down below. But in that video, I showed you how I kind of came up with those to-dos. So if you're like, well, what do I put on my to-do list? That would be a good video for you to go watch. But I organize my to-dos in this weekly view. So at a bird's eye view, I can look and see what task has what date as a status or what day as a status, and I can buzz through my to-do list in the best possible way and organize my productivity system in a way that works for me. Actually, one of my favorite features of ClickUp is their dashboard feature. Basically, you just go right here to this little dashboard icon and you can create a dashboard from one of their templates or start from scratch. I use the dashboard to stay massively productive each week. So let's say we're going to start from scratch and we're going to put different sections in this dashboard to help me stay productive. First, we're going to put a task list, and it's going to be all the tasks that are assigned to me. So when I'm sitting down each week, I just have to open up the dashboard and see which tasks I need to be working on. I can actually feed tasks from any place inside of ClickUp into this task list, and I can include subtasks or not. I do like to include subtasks because when we're like planning launches and things like that, sometimes my team will create subtasks within a task and assign me to those, so I want to include those. I don't want to include archived or closed or anything like that, and I'm just going to go ahead and add the widget. This weekly view dashboard, there's a my task thing sitting out there, and what I do after I've added it is I filter it so that it's only showing the things assigned to me, because you'll see now it shows things assigned to anybody. So I will go ahead and do assignee is me and hit apply. And now it's going to only filter things that are assigned to me. And honestly, sometimes we forget to check things off. So a lot of these are old tasks that I could just go through and check off, but everything can be there. Then I can add another widget. And let's say that one of my goals in being more productive is that I want to figure out where I'm wasting a lot of time that I could potentially hire out. So I might want to start doing some time tracking. So I can add a time reporting widget to this dashboard too. And anytime I'm working on a task in ClickUp, I can just hit the little button at the top of the task and allow it to track my time, and it will then filter into this. So let's say, for instance, this week I'm going to work on editing some videos, and I pull up that task and I go ahead and start the timer and I let it just time me on how long it takes me to edit videos. Sometimes we don't know how long tasks take until we see it in action like that, and that can help us be way more productive because we can know where maybe we're spending time that we shouldn't be spending, or where we might be able to hire somebody to come in and help with the workload. So if I'm tracking my editing, I might see like, wow, I'm spending a lot of my week editing videos. I really need to hire that out. And honestly, that's something I just recently did. Okay, so one of my favorite features about ClickUp's dashboards is that you can embed custom things. Like if I want to embed a YouTube video, I can. If I want to embed, just whatever, I can do that. As long as it has an embed code, I can put it in the dashboard. And one of my favorite things to do is put playlists from Spotify in my dashboard. So if I want to go grab my Stand Up Make Noise Spotify playlist, I just go to it, click the embed playlist button, and then just copy the code. And then when I go back into ClickUp, I can just embed the HTML and hit add widget, and it will embed my playlist in my dashboard. So I tell you that because that can massively help your productivity. If you constantly want to listen to a certain playlist or a certain station or something on Spotify, you can embed it right here, and you don't have to spend the time or take the energy or take the take your brain off the task you're working on to move over and go over and start it, you can just do it straight from here. I absolutely love ClickUp as my system to help me be more productive, and their dashboards are one of my favorite things to use to help me be more productive. So if you want to check out ClickUp, definitely click the link below in the description, and thank you ClickUp for sponsoring this video. Another system that I would highly recommend if you are looking to up your productivity is some kind of timer, like whether that's a timer on your phone, a timer on your computer, a Pomodoro timer app, one of those like timer cubes. I used to have one, but the batteries started like leaking in it and I had to throw it away. But use some type of timer to help you stay focused. So this is something that is a big hack for me and my ADHD brain. If I know that I'm on a time limit, it really helps me like focus on the task at hand. So if I can put a timer where I can see it, then I am working more under like a deadline, and that helps me move forward. So if you're someone who feels like they work better under pressure, or procrastination actually helps you, a timer might be your best option. Okay, but last but not least, and this is definitely not least, if you're ready to start being more productive, one of the biggest things I can tell you, I wish I could like reach out and do this for all of you, like reach through the camera and do this for all of you, okay? That is to minimize the distractions during your productive time. What does that mean? Turn off your notifications. Turn them off. Turn on do not disturb mode. On the new iOS, we actually have focus modes where you can set your own modes up. So basically, I don't like to turn on do not disturb in its like factory sense, because if the school calls me or my kids call me, I need to be able to, have those calls come through. So I have set up my own focused work focus zone, and I turn that on when I'm working, and it allows those calls to come in, but nothing else. So I don't get a ton of notifications on my phone anyway because I have most of them turned off, but setting up do not disturb or focus modes are going to be massive. Turning off notifications. If you have to be on something like Facebook, then turn on the newsfeed eradicator Chrome extension, which is one of my favorite Chrome extensions. It basically takes away the newsfeed on Facebook and replaces it with like a random quote. Turn that on, and that way you can navigate to the groups you need to go to or the ads you need to go run, but you don't have to be on the newsfeed itself. And get rid of the distractions. I am the world's worst for like being in the middle of tasks, like, oh, I was doing this and then I picked up my phone and then I was going to my phone to go to a certain thing that task needed me to do, but when I got to my phone I got distracted because I clicked Instagram, because there's like little Instagram demons living in my body, and I don't know why I clicked it, but I did. And then I got on Instagram and then I watched stories, and then from the story I got distracted and I went to Facebook, and then from there, like, that is how my brain works. I totally do that on the regular. I actually caught myself doing that this morning. Like, I was sitting there eating my breakfast with my laptop, planning out the videos I needed to film today, and somehow or another I was doing Wordle. Like, I don't even know how it happened. I just was doing Wordle all of a sudden when I knew that was not the task at hand. And I caught myself doing it, and I finished the Wordle, okay? And then I got up from my computer and started to go dry my hair. And I realized halfway through my house that was not what I needed to be doing right now. I needed to go back to my computer and finish planning out the videos, because that's what I sat down to do. So for me, distractions are massive, and I have to find any way to minimize those as much as possible. And I would imagine that most of you out there are probably the same way. So when it comes to being productive, knowing what productivity means to you, having a system or systems in place to help you organize everything and keep everything streamlined, and getting rid of distractions is going to be your key to getting more done every day, to finishing that project, to all the things, okay? And again, this is hard for me. Well, it used to be. It used to be hard for me because I'm not a naturally productive person. So being productive is something that I have to work at, and using things like timers and project management apps and focus modes and really understanding what I'm trying to accomplish during my productive time has helped me so very much. I want to say a big thank you again to today's sponsor, ClickUp. If you want to check them out, again, I would talk about them even if they weren't the sponsor. So, just saying. But they are amazing. And if you need a project management tool, they're the one I would recommend, hands down. I will link them below in the description. And until next time, go be your productive little selves. Bye, y'all.